Hi, this is Laurel Kramer, and I am the floral manager at the Flower Mound Market Street. And we are in the midst of prom season, and I just wanted to give you all a quick tutorial on how to make your own handheld bouquets. Since hot pink, magenta, fuchsia are a really popular color this year, I thought I would grab, just do a color palette that would go with any of those colors. The way I'm doing this today is these are some market bunches that I have. These are spray roses. These are mini carnations. I have some purple limonium, some white daisies, and a few mini green hydrangea. One thing about our market bunches is they come in usually about 7 or 8 stems, and it's easy if you have friends over and you want to share them or split them up. There's plenty in a market bunch to do that. So I am actually going to just start with our spray roses, and we're just going to start building a little bouquet. Anything that's going to be down where your hand is going to be, you're going to want to pull that off. So we're going to start. I have the spray roses, the magenta carnations. I'm going to add a couple of little daisies, and on the other side of the daisies I'm going to add another little carnation spray, and then another spray rose. When you're building a bouquet, you don't want everything to be right next to each other. You want to separate it out a little bit because you'll get a better result, and your flowers will be more spread out, and you'll have the colors and the flowers all the way around in the bouquet rather than in just one section. So I'm going to keep adding. There's a spray rose. I don't have any spray or daisies on this side. I'm going to go ahead and add another one. And since I feel like the spray roses are kind of the focal flower, I'm going to pull those up a little bit to give them a little bit more of a prominent place in my bouquet. Then I'm going to add, I have some limonium, which is going to act as our filler, and since prom bouquets are not very big, I just have a few little pieces. So I stuck one on this side, and then I'm going to put one over here, and we're going to add a few more little spray roses. I feel like I could put one right here. We can add, let's see, I think a mini green carnation over here on this side. Sometimes carnations mini green hydrangeas can also act as a little bit of a greenery. We're going to add another piece of limonium, and I think right over here on this side we can fit in this last carnation stem, and then we're going to add one more spray carnation there, or spray rose there, and one over here. Then, if y'all can see this, we're going to add the rest of our mini hydrangea low, and those are going to kind of act as our greenery. Something that's very on trend right now is bouquets that don't have any greenery in them, but you'd still want something to kind of cover up the mechanics down around the bottom of your bouquet. So let me show you that. Okay. Now, to tie it off, you can use just about anything. I mean, like you can use a wire. I have blue painter's tape. I have a wire, Scotch tape, a zip tie, anything around is going to work because you're going to cover this up. So I'm just going to show you by using a little bit of painter's tape because it's something that like everybody has in their house. And you don't need a very big piece. You just want it to hold together. Okay. So I'm going to take this with my thumb and hold it. Bring it all the way around and around again, and secure it tightly. The next thing I'm going to do, I have all of this stem. You can take just a pair of good kitchen shears, or I mean, these are floral clippers, whatever you have handy, and you are just going to go ahead and get rid of all of that. I prefer a bouquet that just has maybe an inch or half an inch showing at the bottom below your hand as you're holding it. So I have some ribbon here, and I'm going to show you a quick way that doesn't require pins or anything to wrap your bouquet. So I'm going to start wrapping my bouquet and leave a really big tail right here, if you can see that. And then I'm going to leave that loose, and then I'm going to take the rest of the ribbon and wrap kind of over it. I still have my tail here, and I'm going to wrap down just an inch or two, just a couple of times. Then I'm going to come back up, and I'm going to take this around to meet the first tail that I have, and we're just going to go ahead and tie that off. Okay, and then I like to tie it in a square knot, so the top piece is going to come over the bottom piece, and from the bottom you're going to pull the tail through, and then it leaves more of a finished looking knot there. And you can either leave these long if you like, or you can trim them short. So that is it for that. The second way I want to show you how to make a prom bouquet is with a pre-made bouquet. We do get in a lot of great bouquets that have honestly everything you would need to just arrange it a little bit and wrap the stems, and you would be good to go and have a really cute prom bouquet. This bouquet is called our boutique bouquet, and it comes in a couple of different color palettes, and this is the purple one. So I'm gonna lay all this out, and I want to, you can see it, you're gonna take it and you're gonna clean your stems off. You don't want the leaves on your stems, especially down low, because they'll get into the water and they'll be right where your hand is going to be, and it's going to look a little messy. So we're going to go ahead and, oh, this one, we lost that carnation. We're going to take the the leaves off the stems. And this one has a lot of really good pieces to it. I have some eucalyptus. I have a more purple rose. I have kind of a lighter antique purple rose. I think this color palette would look great with a burgundy dress, or a lavender or purple, or even a sagey green dress. I think it would be pretty with. So I have a couple of cute little spray roses that are in purple. Put that right there. Here's another antique rose we need to take this leaves off of. Little guy needs his stems leaves taken off. I have a little bit of Veronica, which is always a cute little flower. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the rose, and then I'm going to take probably like this really pretty ranunculus, and then we like the little movement, and I think this is a good little flower for movement. And so is this little spray carnation that is so cute, and purple with a little bit of pink. Super cute right there. Let's take a fun little spray rose, and then we'll take one of our darker purple roses. Let's see. We have these great antique purple hydrangea. Next, more of this antique rose over here on this side. I think I might add a little bit of eucalyptus. I do want this to be maybe a little bit more upright and have a few things coming out of the top, just to give it some visual interest. I'm going to add this little burgundy, this really dark burgundy ranunculus. And to keep that in place, I think I'll add this pretty little spray rose. And we're on this side. I have a darker purple rose here. Over on this side, I'm gonna add another darker purple rose. I think that. So they'll be separated and you'll have that color all the way around your bouquet. I have another little piece of Veronica that's gonna go right there. And I think I can add either another piece of eucalyptus. I have one more of these really pretty, more antique purple roses. And then I have two more stems of this cute vintage looking carnation. And I think I'm going to stick it in there and in there. And then I have, we're getting a good shape here on our bouquet, and we're getting some things separated out. So not everything is clumped together, and our color is spread around, especially these dark little pops of color. So this is a Scabiosa. I'm gonna stick that right there on that side. And I think over here on this side, I think I'll add, actually, I might stick him right here in the middle. And we're gonna have him face this way. Now for another little bit more interest, I think I'm going to, I love the little vintage looking antique purple roses. I'm gonna elevate them just a little bit. And so they're sticking up a little bit, but I love this ranunculus as well, and I don't want him to get lost down there. So I think we're pretty good. And I think that is a good size for a prom bouquet. Prom bouquets are typically a little bit smaller than a bridesmaid bouquet. So I like that. I actually have a few pieces of eucalyptus. If we wanted to add a little bit more to it, we could. I have a little bit of silver dollar. I'll go ahead and take this out and trim these. There we go. So, if you're ever working with the silver dollar eucalyptus and you just need the tips, you can just run your hand down it and it will, the rest of that will come off. And you don't want that in your hand. You just want the tip of it. So, actually, I'll cut that right there. So just a little bit around the outside. I think a little bit of greenery can sometimes help things look a little bit more finished and polished. Let's see. And we're gonna do another one right there. That gives us about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm really kind of loving that. I think that's adorable. And I think, like I said, it would look great with a burgundy dress, a purple dress, lavender, sage green, any of those colors that we've seen. If your dress was silver or more of a neutral color and you wanted a little pop, but not something super bright, I think this is another really good option. So again, I'm going to take my painter's tape, just because everybody has painter's tape around their house, or masking tape or scotch tape. Any of those are going to work. So I wouldn't bother going out and buying anything specific for it. And we're just going to do a quick wrap up towards the top of the stems. And now that it's all taped together, it's not going to come apart, we're going to go ahead and cut the longer stems off until you just want a little bit on there. And I have actually a really pretty, I think a burgundy, I think this is what we're going to use. This is a little bit sheer, so we're going to have to go around it a few times. And honestly, any ribbon will do. This is a sheer. The other one I used was a satin, and just a little bit. So, and I'm only gonna just do about 1.5 inches. And like I did in the first video, or the first example, I have a longer tail that I left up at the top, and I have a longer I wrapped down, wrapped back up with a longer tail to meet the first one. And then I'm just gonna lay this down and I'm just gonna tie it in a knot. Hope you can see that right there. Then you're gonna do that. And this one, I'll let you see what it looks like without the tails. I mean, I would just cut these at an angle and there you go. So cute. So I hope these help. We love when you do things yourself. And if you do, definitely take pictures and stop by our floral department at Market Street and show us. We always love to see your creations. And I hope this helps. And you can always call us at 972-355-4101 and we're happy to answer any questions. Thanks.